All right, for our picker truck, our C5500 Topkick, the suspension really sways and it really wants to follow the tracks of the road. So we picked up this Roadmaster suspension solutions. Apparently it's really good. People like it. So let's open up and try it out. Axle bracket. Frame bracket. Retraining plate for the track rod. Couple bolts, grade 5. Couple bolts, grade 8. Warranty. Install instructions. You can get these online as well. It just bolts on. So this part's kind of your frame mount. That goes in your frame. This comes down to a kind of a panhard bar, like a track bar. That'd be your axle mount. So right now when you drive, the suspension does this. It sways back and forth. It's really annoying. There's your track rod there. So here we have the truck driven up on some blocks. This is actually a 30 mil. So this is our bracket. It goes on the underside of these two bolts, and it says not to reuse the washers. It says to torque to 150. So that's what we've got our torque wrench set to. There's 129. $146.7 on that one. $145.8. I'm just trying to equally torque these up here. There we are. Perfect. Okay, so that's torqued. So here's a better view of our bracket there. Yeah, so there's the underside of it. And there's your two nuts down there. This bracket goes around your pivots on your shock mount. And then your top piece, it sandwiches between the lower frame rails, what it does. We're at 140. 147. There we go. $127. There we go. Okay, so that's torqued up. So if we look here, it's just kind of on the bottom of that shock mount. And then it goes down, and then you look in line, and there's our part that goes to our front U-bolt. So here's a view from underneath the truck. This up here is our kind of our squash plate. It's just sandwiching the bottom frame rail. And then it comes down to the back. And the panhard bar will go over there. So our bolt will go through that like that. The nut side is 1 1/16 inch. And our bolt head is 1 1/8. I'm going to spin the nut side with the ratchet, and then I can torque it, and I can hold it with the wrench on the other side. So here you can see this is from the back view of the truck looking forward. We're parked on a level surface, we're off our blocks, we'll install our panhard bar. There we go. There we go. Feels pretty secure. Now we'll tighten up our jam nut. And there you have it. We have our upper mount, our bar, our jam nut, and our lower mount connected to our spring perch. Here's what the bar looks like for the front of the truck. Okay, so for a quick reference, to secure this bracket down here, which goes on our axle to our U-bolts, we use a 30mm socket. And then to tighten our two bolts here, again our frame goes in there, it gets pinched later. We used our 15/16. We tightened to 150 foot-pounds. We tightened these nuts back up to 150 foot-pounds, and again we didn't reuse the washers like it said. And then on our last bolts we used 1 1/16 and 1 1/8, and that was to get those bolts in. I did not torque these to 150, I torqued them tight. They are nylock nuts, so they'll never come loose, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'll take it for a drive and I'll check everything for play after. In case anyone's wondering, this is a gear wrench, torque wrench. They'll read foot-pounds, inch-pounds, every unit you want. I bought this because I had to do a bottom end in a truck and to torque the connecting rods and the main bearing caps. I had to do a certain torque number, and then I had to do a degree. So I could actually, there's my torque in inch-pounds. Sorry, that's kilogram centimeter, kilogram meter, newton meter, foot-pounds, inch-pounds. That's angle. So I set angle 85 degrees. And it's not a continuous 85, it's, you could go 20 and 20 and then another 5 and then another 20, and it would add them all up. So that's why I got this one. It's pretty slick.